What's going on, guys? I hope you're having a good day. Welcome to my channel if you haven't been here before. In today's video, we're going to be putting this in the rear of the Beast. About, I don't know, 5 months ago, whenever I put the radio in, we ended up taking out the cigarette lighter port to put a USB connection there that plugs directly to the radio. And the wiring for this port is still there. So I think I'm going to run an extension into the rear of the cab because people have asked if they can charge their phone in the back and there's no ports back there to charge. So I think I'm going to put this in the rear of the cab. It's not really an upgrade, but it is a video that could be useful to you if you want to do it. So anyway, I'll see you guys outside. A special welcome for my dog. Hi, buddy. You got slobber dripping off you, old man. Also, if you do decide to follow along, you're going to want to bring an electrical kit. This is just my electrical kit that I bring around everywhere. I've got wire strippers and all that stuff in the top. And then under the top, I have all the goodies. I've got wires, I've got connectors, I've got soldering irons, LEDs, more strippers, extra wire. I got three pin wire here, which we'll be using today. Grounds, heat shrink. So you're gonna want to have some of this stuff if you do decide to follow along. I would advise doing it right and not wrong. So anyway, have that stuff if you are following along. Again, have an emotional support dog or two, and let's head outside. All right, here we are. This old girl's looking a little dirty. Might have to wash her. Alright, so let me tell you sort of the idea. Up here we have a USB port that I took and put in there, and then we have the other two cigarette lighter ports. Back here we have absolutely nothing. It's just this, right? So I think I'm going to try to find a way to maybe put one down here, maybe put one here, so you have to have the cup holder lowered. I'm not really sure, but it would be nice to have some sort of charging capability back here. So I'm gonna go grab a screwdriver and all that stuff, and we can go ahead and take this off. Right, we have to take this out so we can access the wiring back there. The existing wiring is up in here, tucked away, way down in there. So I'll have to pull that out, and we'll have to see what we do. I might have to pull the center console out. I'm not sure, but we'll get this one way or another. So I guess let's just dive in. Okay, I also failed to mention down in here there's four of these boltsies. If I had to guess, these are 10 mil. Alright, this is how nasty the previous owner took care of his stuff. He let wasps get in here. He didn't clean any of this out. I'll go ahead and clean all this out because I don't want this in my truck. But now we can kind of get a clearer view, and I'll pull the cup holders out too. And we have a pretty nice working area to splice wires and connections. So yeah, I'll go ahead and clean this. Alright, now that it's a little cleaner, we can go ahead and start bringing the wiring from up here down into here, and then I'll splice it and do other stuff. I'm going to get the wiring down here, and then I'll catch back up with you guys. Alright, so as we can see, I grabbed this all the way from up there. I had to reach way behind. And I grabbed this and tugged on it and got it all the way down here. And now we can go ahead and splice our wires, run it through the back of here, all down through here, whatever, up until about here. And then we will go ahead and grab this piece, cut a hole in it that fits the socket for the mount, and then we'll be golden. Alright, and after I'm done wiring, this is what it looks like. So you can see here, runs all the way through. Boom. Here's a connector so I can unplug it whenever I want to take out the center console. And we're going to plug it in, and hopefully this light lights up. Alright, here is what it's looking like right now. Yeah, I had to take a bunch of stuff apart. So here's the thing. When you're doing this, take your fuses out before you do it. Look at this. This fuse blew. This is a 20 amp fuse, by the way. I had to put a 10 because I don't have another 20. And this fuse blew too. Okay, so all my cigarette lighter ports blew because I was taking stuff apart, wiring stuff up without, you know, it all. And I was using the phone charger to test to make sure this worked, but it does indeed work. So make sure you take your fuses out before you do this. Otherwise, you're gonna blow them. And now I gotta buy more fuses. Here's both of the blown ones right there. All right, so I'm going to get all this stuff back together. I'm gonna route this to the back, and then I'll catch back up with you guys. Okay, so now that all that is back together and how it should be, we can go ahead and put this in here. So I was thinking maybe about here, right? Because that's like a perfect spot. There's nothing behind it. So I'm thinking we'll go ahead and go there. All right, and here's what it looks like. That's actually a pretty damn good fit right there. It still closes and latches. So I call that a major success. Let's go ahead and put it back together. Alrighty, everyone, it is completed. That's what it looks like. Fits right in there. It works. Also, this still closes and latches nice and tightly. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. It's a minor upgrade, but it's still an upgrade, and now people that want to charge their phone in the back can charge their phone. I did make one mistake, however. Whenever I put this together, I used a cigarette lighter that was always on. So if someone leaves the little thing in that has the blue light, it'll always be charging that or powering that little light. So you can probably take that light off or something so it doesn't drain your battery. It shouldn't drain your battery that bad anyway. But that's a little mistake. Choose the one that's all the way to the right. That's the one that doesn't have any issues like that. But I hope everyone enjoyed, and if you did, please like and subscribe. It helps, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.